Assalamu alaikum, everyone. How are we all doing this fine morning or evening or wherever you are? We have some good news today. Well, since yesterday, that is. The good news is that Vice President Kamala Harris has lost. That is the good news. Now, I know there's a lot of people that would say that Trump is the greater of two evils and that everything will be worse under Trump. And he's so racist. Yeah, okay, we get it. He's so racist. He committed a lot of illegal acts. Okay, fine. But for a lot of Americans, especially Palestinian Americans like me, uh, Arab Americans, Muslim Americans, and even people that don't, for them in particular, the genocide in Gaza has been monumental in how it played out and how it affected their lives. And they tried to appeal to the Democrat Party. They tried to say, listen, just stop sending weapons, stop sending money, please stop this genocide. And the Democrats decided to ignore them. They decided to go by the Zionist playbook. And to be honest, Zionism, the U.S., they use Zionism to justify them using Israel as a proxy to take over all of the Middle East. It's not that the U.S. as an entity believes in Zionism. I mean, there is the evangelical far-right Christians, though even some non-evangelical Christians, certain groups that, fringe groups that is, that believe that, you know, God has ordained that they help the Jewish people reclaim their land, and they themselves will be rewarded supposedly. I mean, rewarded with the rapture, of course, the rapture, the apocalypse that will come and kill everyone, including the Jews, but raise up, elevate to the heavens the good Christians or whatever. So these people, they're going to be lost no matter what. You can't do anything about it. Religion is a hell of a drug. And when I say religion, I mean of the fanatical type. I'm not talking about, those that try to practice, practice the heart of their religion, the true nature of their religion, not the extreme corrupted versions of their religion, like Zionism. It's an extreme version of Judaism. And the US government decided to, well, they thought that they were, they thought they didn't have to appeal. And on top of the Democrat Party specifically as well, not only the Republicans, because the Republicans have been deeply entrenched in Zionism for a long time. And not only Jewish Zionism, but Christian Zionism as well. And we could talk more of that in the future, but not right now. So the Democrat Party, they decided to ignore the people that want to stop the genocide. They decided to ignore that because they believed, we don't need their votes. Trump is so bad. Who's going to vote for him? Yeah, that's what they're thinking. But the thing is, they're forgetting one thing. They're not banking on one specific thing, that it's not just about the genocide. In fact, one could argue even that maybe they were successful in courting a few Republicans away from Trump. Maybe, I'm sure there were a few Republicans that they didn't like Trump much. They thought, the Democrats were the lesser of two evils, or maybe they were the better option than Trump himself. Like maybe they wanted a different Republican, but they said, okay, fine, we'll go with her because she probably shares their same vision. And that is, this genocide is happening. To them, it's not really a genocide. So these few Republicans that voted for Harris, they're not so far gone that they believe that Trump is the answer to everything. Yeah. But at the same time, they don't, they believe in the message being pushed out into the Middle East. They believe in U.S. foreign policy regarding Middle East, regarding Israel. So to these few Republicans that voted for Harris, she was going to get their vote. She didn't really have to plead with them. She was going to get their vote no matter what. Now, she would have lost their votes if she decided to appeal to those that did not want a genocide, if she decided to promise to break away from donating, from sending funds, sending money, sending weapons to Israel. But of course she can't do that because her Zionist masters, including her fellow politicians, those in the upper echelons of the American wealthy, the wealthiest American business people that have connections with Israel, they would have put a stop to that. AIPAC, they all would have put a stop to that, of course. And you know what? I personally think, the few times that Trump was getting shot at, that Republicans and Democrats, they probably worked together to try and get him shot. They probably did, but no, it didn't work out, thankfully. So, yeah, in real time, the government as an entity, as a whole, was trying to get Trump assassinated, but thankfully that didn't happen. Not because I care for Trump and I want Trump. No, it's not that. What mattered to me, what mattered to many Americans, was that the Democrats lost. They lost due to their hubris, by the way. They believed they didn't need their supporters. They didn't need the supporters that went against genocide. You know what? It's not only them. It's not only the people that are against genocide that voted against Harris. It's the people that want no wars in general, not just there, all over the US, all over the world. They want their government to focus on the problems within the US. The infrastructure is so bad in the US, it needs a lot of money invested in it. Education needs a lot of money invested in it. Hospital care. So people, they need to be taken care of better. America's not even looking after their own citizens. Homelessness. There's so many issues within the U.S. Gun violence. So car accidents, obesity problems. The food industry. The food industry has the pharmaceutical industry. They go hand in hand together. By the way, yeah. Imagine you see a pharmacy and you see all these candies in the front. So that's one small issue, but there is many. It's like, oh look, you want your diabetic medication? Here's candy for your diabetes or whatever. So, but that's just that's a microcosm of all the problems that are going on in the U.S. And people are not even being paid right as well. So you got a lot of people that are mad at the Democrats because they are not doing their jobs by their people. They are not helping their people. Yeah. So for a lot of the Democrats that decided to vote for Trump, or even the few that were brave enough to vote for Joe Stein, which I have to hand it to you, dude. That's good on you, honestly, to do that. Either way, Harris got punished. She got punished. It's not her, though. She represents the Democratic apparatus, the governmental apparatus in general. And that apparatus believes that, building on your military, the military industrial complex, always fighting foreign wars or using the proxy, such as Israel, such as the Shia militias that they armed in Syria, in Syria, in Iraq, and they've been arming militias. The U.S. has been arming militias to fight armies, to fight the Iraqi army, the Syrian army. They've been and them, they were partnering with Israel to sow division between different Muslims, between neighboring Arab countries, between Arab countries and Iran. The U.S. has been doing it for a long time. But you know what? For the American people, for a lot of them, they want this to stop. And what better way for them to make it stop than to say, listen, Harris, we don't care. We don't care that Trump is the greater of two evils. We don't care. All this was happening under Biden's watch, which you were a part of his administration. All of this. So you are going to reap what you sow. In fact, this is not only for the Democrats, this is for the Republican Party too. The Republican Party, they have to watch out and realize, you know what? All these people that decide to vote for Trump, and you know what's crazy? Trump won the popular vote as well. That's how sick the Democrats, the American Democrats, are of their own party. So if Democrats want to revitalize themselves, if they want to actually win the next election, you know what they need to do? They need to make monumental changes to their platform. And one of the key changes is their policy on their partnership with Israel. That has to go. They don't need to keep partnering with a Zionist entity. And to Israel itself, by the way, while Israel is a proxy of the US, I truly believe this, the US is a useful idiot of Israel. So they go hand in hand together. They are so useful to each other. So until now, for the US, the international community is against you. Everyone's against you. Your own people are against you. So you know what you got to do? You have to back out of this partnership. That's it. Done. And back out of funding the military industrial complex of the military budget. Stop putting so much money into the military budget. Don't worry, there's no country that's going to attack you right now, ever, okay? You have a strong military. You know what you also need? You need to focus on the problems in your own country. Like healthcare itself is really messed up. So many things I just listed from before. You gotta focus on your own problems. When you focus on your own issues, on what your own people are going through, your own people, they will actually vote for you. They are a lot more likely to vote for you. So this is the message that I just want to say, really, that Democrats and Republicans, they both have to realize that, hey, I could very easily lose because I lost the will of the people. Yeah, you cannot lose the will of the people, the mandate of the people. The mandate of the people is stop fighting foreign wars, stop working with other countries, especially Zionist Israel, to cause genocide, to cause so much division within different countries, to cause a possible global war, a possible World War III. Stop. Stop. All those politicians are making money off of this, of investing in these companies, these research and development companies involved in war and in military, military weapons, or testing new weapons on people far away or stuff like that. Stop. We don't need this. We need you to take care of us, to look after us. Stop taking care of a Zionist ethno state far away. Stop. We have spoken and you have lost. And even the Republicans in a way lost, because now they know, you know what? We can't just keep depending on the same playbook like the Democrats do. That, oh yeah, we maybe to a certain degree they believe they could depend on it more than Democrats, because a lot of the Republican voters would agree that it's good to arm Israel. It's good to always come to their defense, because of extreme religious ideology. But if Republican politicians are smart, they would be able to read the writing on the wall and realize that, listen, this happened to the Democrats just now. The Democrats, they should have won this, supposedly. But remember, it's not just about Gaza. But it is a core issue of all the problems that have been going on. It is a key issue. And that issue is that the US government as an entity believes that it can be an imperialistic, a colonizer, that it could still be a colonizer, but through Israel as its proxy. And it could make lots of money off war and off testing weapons, off the pharmaceutical industry, when pandemics break out. Uh, no, you can't keep doing this anymore. The American people are sick of it and they have spoken. So you guys better get your act together. Like, this is a warning. Yeah. I mean, we'd rather see the system burn down. Yeah. As a consequence of your actions. But you know what? The system's not going to burn down. Don't worry about it. You have checks and balances. You have you have the three branches of government. They will keep each other in check. So don't worry about that. Trump is not really going to mess anything up, okay? It's just a fear tactic you use to your own citizens. Shame on you for that. So that you can keep pursuing your own globalist, warmongering agenda. We're done. We're done with all of that. Anyway, I'm out. So good job. Good job, guys. Good job, everyone, for putting in the work and showing the Democrats and by extension the Republicans that we are not beholden to anybody. Okay, we are only beholden to each other, to ourselves. And they better watch out and change how they run the government, how they run things. Uh, no more money for huge military budgets. That's it. Put the money where the American people need it. All right. Take care, everyone.